more like in terms of something like Illusion with Emilio, which Nautilus is a big threat to.
Okay, now that the Ezreal's gone, I guess at least that question's off the table. Pocket's a little bit more interesting. Cards for the table aren't going to be there for Gen G until that final pick. It always throws me off this blue side, red side first pick. But for now, Gen G have the option to pick up early support here, guys, and then leave that flex for 80 carry mid.
So they go and take the Shen, which we've seen working to pretty great effect. The Camille is still available. I feel like the Oner in this tournament so far has fared better into the Camille than the Shen has, but I feel like here Gen G are sort of prepping themselves in case Keria does come out with the Camille. Ziggs Camille could be an option for T1 in this situation, or they could go in a different direction. It looks like they might be moving that Cassiopeia down towards the bot lane, and in terms of ults for the Sylas, the Impale from the Skarner is pretty good. The Stan United, a lot of value.
Yep. Here it comes.
But yeah, they go for the Camille instead. Okay. I assume Ziggs is going to come out as the pairing with this.
Let's see if it's going to be the case. There's going to be a lot of roaming from Keria and Duro with the Shen and the Camille. However, I'm seeing Gen G building a fort around their carries with the Shen and the Skarner, and there's a lot of brawling activity from the side of T1. How does the Lee Sin get into the backline to get one of those big kicks?
This is going to be locked in. Faker Sylas again. It was only the other day that he ended the game with 20 kills. Not the record for the world, but it is up there, at least in the top 5. You got to think in Tier 1 competitive games. Faker returns to it again. And it is going to be a Cassio bot, right? Like, I'm not seeing Sylas bot this game.
I'm just interested to see what Gen G are going to do, because as much as you could put the Victor bot, they don't have much AD in their composition. It looks like they might be leaning towards that. Really, only Keen is the AD threat, and against champions like Ambessa, I feel like you might lack the sustained damage to deal with her, especially if Keen does end up falling behind. They end up going for the Anivia, a pick that Chovy feels very...
That does indeed.
Oh,
let's wait.
A lot of tension.
As we get into Gen G T1, but not as you know it, our third place match for club points, for pride, for really just revenge of Road to MSI.
Sylas is going bot lane.
Is it indeed?
Just simply popping bot lane.
I just need the overlay. I don't trust it because, yeah, there is a Cass mid right now. Faker, Cassiopeia mid, pays Sylas bot. And he's like, yo, if Faker can get 20 kills on this, I guess I can too.
So Pays in solo queue has just been playing all sorts of things recently, willing to try out like Echo bot lane, Sylas bot lane is in his solo queue, Swain, Hui, Lux, TF, he is Galio. He has just played anything you can possibly imagine.
Yep.
And I think the angle here is that Camille's so strong level 1 as you have the hook shot, right? And Sylas functions in a similar way. The chains into the dash, they're going to go for it.
He said, Flash Ignite, going to dodge away from the absconded duck. Nicely done from Ruler. He survived, but Kerry's now exhausted with nothing. He has nothing, no flash, no escape. The punish is there. They send it in, and they get destroyed for it. It's Gen G on first blood.
And that's the problem with Sylas level 1. Majority of the damage that you do early is from your passive. So if you can cycle through your spells, you can dish out a lot of damage. But since the chain did not connect, then Paige ran out of damage early, and Keria had no flash.
Yeah, Keria committed his flash and didn't actually connect the stun onto Ruler, so the layered CC didn't come in, and that was a one-way trip. Once he was in, there was no getting out, so the scariest part of this lane for Ruler and Duro has now been moved past, been evaded.
Yep.
They should feel a lot more comfortable. Keria comes back to lane, will he go for it again? So this is the angle, he's going from the Fog of War, but if we look, the stun just doesn't connect. Yeah. And then the layered CC doesn't come in, and everything just falls apart.
It was unfortunate that none of the two spells that was supposed to immobilize the Victor doesn't connect there to at least threaten some more damage, or at least take them low enough
it's also,
to not chase.
You're level 1, you have one ability, that's all your damage. And they missed it.
That's a rough start watching there. Paige just has to be an onlooker. First blood does go over to Duro, but little to be worth.
I think that is a good thing in some ways, because I was worried about every bot laner in solo queue slamming Sylas.
Yeah, and this being your bot lane tonight. Even again, Shadow Dash Connect, Pace in a bit of trouble this time. He takes the health bar trade, and now that level 3 is there, it does feel like this lane is going to be even harder. Doran getting poked out as well as Canyon. Topside is his domain right now. We saw vertical jungling start. We didn't get to talk about it. And even though Oner is on top side of the map trying to defend his red side, Canyon lays in wait.
However, he's done the Lee Sin special where you back after first camps, get that longsword in your inventory to try and brawl early on. You see Canyon's on top side, Oner's gonna face him, he has the extra longsword, he can't fight.
Oh, Silver Bolts connect as well. Canyon gonna throw a rock. The base damage from Skarner early is big. A wall now found. Oner presents himself for an easy condemn. Keen gets the exhaust down as well. In trouble at T1. Oner one hit away and he dies to a lethal tempo vein. Now next up is Doran. The flash auto, Silver Bolts, Keen survives. Doran will live for now, but both flashes gone as Canyon receives a wave.
It's such a frustrating combo. The Skarner and the Vayne, one slams you into the wall and you just get stuck there. Oner trying to bail out Doran, but Doran too low to really contribute to the fight, and Oner just gets taken out. A huge advantage for Gen G on the top side of the map.
That wave's going to be pushing towards the turret as well. Not going to connect as we look for the Abscond of Duck down in the bottom lane. They've got to send it again. This is what T1 have to continue doing. Putting down that field. No autos allowed. Hayes a little bit low here. Ruler still has a pot in hand. I'd say it's going good enough.
And I feel like Oner thought they were going to be diving Doran right here, but Canyon notices Oner, pins him on the wall. Keen follows up with the E as well, and the CC chain into the exhaust was impossible for Oner's Lee Sin to play that fight.
And I believe Keen got a red buff as well from that, so things going from bad to worse for Doran in this situation. Already 500 gold down in the matchup. A rough start.
I'll say. Gold lead spread nicely. Gen G have Keen up 500 for the kill of his own 15 CS lead. Meanwhile, when he looks towards Pays, he absconds out of there because into a gravity field. And Ruler will have enough damage. He goes back in. I don't know if he really wanted that minion.
He's fine.
He really did.
I mean, it was worth, I guess, because he did not die.
I think the thing with this bot lane matchup is... Oh, we are seeing a contest over the Raptors here.
Canyon spotted out. Smite does go down for this invade. Sonic Wave going to be taken, but Faker at half HP. Chovy still has Egg. And Duro makes a numbers advantage. Crystallized down. Faker takes a bit of a chunk. And Chovy now level 6, so he's got the Glacial Storm to add in the wave clear.
So Keria had to wait for Pace to crush out the wave down bot lane, which means he was second on that play mid lane. So Oner has to see his camps being taken away from Canyon and lose the entire top side of the map that respawn. However, he's not going to miss any time on the map. He's just going to go to the neutral tip.
Level 6 now picked up by Keen. Canyon there to hover. I didn't see the full shove in. We didn't actually catch that on stream. But I assume Keen got some kind of freeze going with the way the CS has even expanded from the earlier 15. Is abscond abduct again. We look towards bot. Pays has to flash away. Oh, this lane is absolutely rubbish.
Just let some minions go. I mean, this is the problem with this lane. You're an all-in... Oh, Doran's finding Keen.
Yeah, maybe in trouble. Condemned, going to be dodged away. The final hour now pops out, but Doran gets into range. Straight down step isn't enough. He needs a little bit more. Doran now in a bit of trouble himself. The autos. Keen will find the solo kill. And stomping on T1's head is Gen G.
Dodging the ult from Doran and the vision in the brushes meant that there was nowhere for Doran to escape to wait for cooldowns. Keen cutting that one out and playing it cool, calm, and collected gives him the solo kill.
Ooh, we're watching it from Keen's pro view right here. And the most important part is not only the condemn onto the Ambessa, but the dodge of the ult. The latest nerf that came through Ambessa was that her ult channel became a little bit slower, therefore easier for slippery champions to dodge.
Or a little bit tilted after that. I also like the vision call there as well. Didn't realize he had a ward in the inventory. The trouble, that ulti delay was a big part, as you said. Faker in a bit of trouble now. Glacial Storm is down. Canyon here to help out. Impale available. Keria has to roam now more than ever, it feels like, the way the bot lane went early.
I think the thing with the bot lane is that level 1 could have been so threatening, but they missed that window, and now,
A flash
good
first.
flash from Canyon there.
Reaction, but Oner now on the Raptors.
But now I feel like with Duro and Ruler stabilizing, the taunt into Gravity Field is so strong. That being said...
Abscond of Duck, yeah, walking into certain death, maybe. Keria's there to help out as well. Shadow Dash, flash away, Duro ignited, but not dead. Ulti wasn't stealed by Pays, but Duro does get out alive.
Yeah, the aggression from T1 into the enemy jungle, but flashes from Canyon and Duro do that just get them out to safety. We can see T1 trying to put so much pressure down on the bot side where they have these really strong skirmishes.
And I feel like they've been constantly trying to pour some money into Oner's Lee Sin. Again, the later this game goes, the harder it will be for Oner to find any sort of kick on anyone from the side of Gen G. So it needs to count right now. Next struggle will be in about 3 minutes, so next up there'll be about 20 seconds of those void grabs, and Oner is
It's
already...
final hour, yeah. Keria's coming up though, TP as well. It's going to be numbers advantage here for T1. Hayes trying to get a bit of this action. Doran though, is he going to die? Condemn gets him away before that final silver bolt. And Keen's stuck between three. They want the kill to Pays, and they will give him the shutdown gold.
And what a difference Vision makes this time. Keen doesn't have a ward to slam down in the brush. Doran gets to buy time until he has backup and escape from the play. Keen goes down, and now they're looking to contest these grubs here.
Smite goes down, it's one apiece. Oner looking for the last. Sonic Wave easy connect with the smite, but his smite is not available. Both junglers don't have that, as Pays going to steal away the Impale. We're all in fighting as Keria hooks it, wall shot into Duro. Meanwhile, Ruler zones out Faker. He's off for the fight while Oner's going to fix the grab, but look at Impale comes through. Pays steals the ulti with success, and he will find Duro. Genji, a Chaos Storm trying to travel up as Petrifying Gaze from Faker, not finding too much, and here comes Doran. Drake has set the ulti, dodged away, Ruler kiting back, but it's not enough. Canyon looking to save it as we are in the dregs of fighting. Abscond of Duck, Pays gets Canyon, but he walks it out. Condemned, no wall. Flash from Doran, he held on for so long. There's a terminal box coming through with the frostbite as well. Joey trying to sign off the fight, but Oner from a side kicks him. TP, where are you going? He's breakfast, a double kill. T1 fight fire with fire.
What a skirmish from T1 and the stun at the end. The TP keeps channeling. If you go into Egg, the stun interrupted it here. This fight was crazy. Both supports get focused down early on by the Impale. You see there, Keria gets grabbed and Duro does too. They're the main targets, but these extended fights, Ruler just doesn't quite have the damage yet. Toby's trying to get value focusing down Faker, but look at Doran, look at Oner running rampant on this backline.
Honestly, the spacing from T1 every time they do not have spells available, and the spell usage, especially right here. Keen could actually kill them all, but Doran flashes in to create space, and then Oner and Pays chain up their CC so beautifully on their cooldowns.
He really wanted to get out of there.
He really wanted to get out.
Joe, he's like, I've done my job, please. So for T1, I can't believe I'm saying this, in this game where top went wrong, bot went wrong, but they have a 500 gold lead. It's minimized a bit right now, but it's there.
It's crazy that even after that fight, there's still a 700 gold lead in top lane. There's a 25 CS lead about, and still Doran had more value in that team fight.
Faker.
Which does impact not used, but use the drive on in. Faker in trouble with the crystallize there. I don't think he gets out of this one. The chase up big. Canyon still following up. He's looking, he's saying, hey, yo, top, can you do anything? And I think Doran's going to say no. He's wiggling. Pings are going down. Genji are going to chase this for a long time.
So fast.
He is really fast. Keen's now coming in. Another wall. A blast cone. Faker on the grand escape. It will end now as Canyon will take the kill. Unfortunately, Keen really wanted it.
Who allowed Cassiopeia to have boots?
I don't know.
She's
Riot.
super fast.
It's unbalanced.
Yeah, she's a bit fast.
Swifties as well, damn.
She's at least 400.
However, all this time that Faker created with Genji chasing him, they're taking the second objective on the map, which is going to be the
Holding the
Dragon
public execution, and with the Shen ulti as well, there's going to be a 2v2. Keen in trouble
Silas.
first of all, and he dies. It was indeed, you're right. Hayes stolen ulti works better as Canyon now in the 2v1 as he runs for the turret. His flash will not be in vain. T1 take two, and their map play was better.
And the most fun thing about Silas is that he can steal Gnar ults and Shen ults before those champions are level 6 to use them themselves.
True.
So what a fantastic tempo play right here
All
by
up
Hayes.
in a bit of trouble here. He's going to put the gravity field down. Safeguard over it for Oner. Smite down as well. Sonic Wave turns into Resonating Strike. Tempest cripple. Ruler going to be auto. They want the kill for Faker. And T1 are really pushing the pace of this game.
Oner now 2-1-5, almost 100% KP, only missing one, but just the team making so many plays around the map. Hayes, think how badly the lane started for this Silas. He's now 3-0-3 with a 700 gold lead over the Victor. I'm worried about solo queue, guys. I think Silas bot lane is
No. They're going to be like, look, it's 3-0-3. They're going to skip the first 5 minutes of this game, the first like 8, let's be real. With how Pace was left alone, isolated, trying to find his plays, but for now, surprisingly, T1 to 2,000. Genji getting stalled out, it feels like, and they've got 2 dragons as well. So it's not like Genji can coast on this game with their Victor, this kind of their vein top.
Dragons with the Hextech Soul too.
Oh, yeah.
The ult does connect, and then with the Shen, well, the Shen ult, but the Silas coming in, Paige just immediately finishes off Keen as soon as the Impale connects, and then Canyon's just in this uncomfortable position. Just great play by the duo, and you can see when Doran ran out of cooldowns, Paige was there just to finish off the kill.
And I feel like the timing as well. It was Faker creating that time until he gets caught and dies. Into T1 doing Dragon, and while they're doing Dragon, Paze is setting up a play top lane with Doran. This is so quick on the map.
Attempted ult there from Doran in the top lane. Public Execution now down. But you can see with the Eclipse already there, for a lane that was versing Vayne, every top laner right now is screaming justice like they're a Dursley. Because Doran is able to get through the lane. He's got a bounty on his head somehow, despite still being down CS. And he's now able to play the champion with a lot more ability haste in the kit and a lot more damage to Jewel in that top lane as he's now on place. On the duck. There's a Chaos Storm there. Ruler in a bit of trouble. Gravity Field down. Pace going to get stunned up. The field will follow. Ruler will run. He's okay. He'll clear mid-wave. While meanwhile, this is the counterplay from Gen.G. While top is overloaded with 2. Gen.G bring 4 to the Botman show.
Yeah, so Gen.G trying to find some kills there, unable to do so, but they once again get Faker's flash. I feel like the Cassiopeia, everyone else has a dash. Cassiopeia kind of limited up against this team comp that Gen.G has, and it's been a bit of a target for Gen.G. But it's just so crazy that we have a Silas playing up against a Victor as the bot laners, and Ruler's just under so much pressure. If a chain connects, he is just dead.
Ruler. Field is there in case there's an absconded duck. Chovy was spotted on a ward. Duro now the same as, by the way, his Stand United is finally up. He knows if he takes this, he probably will die to Duro, or at least some kind of gank coming through from Chovy, who's in Fog of War, moving towards bot lane.
And this gold graph shows exactly what I wanted to point out about Doran. I think he was almost behind about almost 1,000 gold. Currently, he's sitting on a gold lead versus the Vayne on that Ambessa, which is incredible. Getting that first tower, getting a couple of tower bladings as well. Him and Lee Sin getting ahead in this early game can definitely skyrocket T1's gold.
Yeah, the fact he's a leader, I'm pretty sure at one point it was like 1,200. It was sizable, and now he's in such a comfortable position. The one-item spike from Ambessa massively as well. And if these bruises get onto Chovy or onto Ruler, it's going to be such a tough time to peel from that position. It's a minute 30 until Dragon would be third for T1 on the Hextech Soul, 10 seconds until Herald. Gen.G, big objectives on the cards that they have to have in mind.
Herald now spawns. As you said, that Dragon going to be a priority. Doran stays the bot, doesn't want to expend TP to join anything here. The threat there is Crystallize follows up. Doran in the corner, he steps back, again Eclipse with Electrocute. These are some pretty good trades. He's going to Repudiation out of that one. He buffers and gets the ulti down, but he misses it. Chovy with the follow-up, the Glacial Storm. Doran needs some autos to get the energy back, but he can't get in range. Chovy now following Crystallize yet again. Energy reserve was completed, but the stun, the auto, not enough. Close with the Frostbite. TP to get Chovy as he chased up the lane. It is Faker slithering in. He's going to dodge away, but the Shen ult is going to come in through. Faker's now left alone. Only help is coming through from Pace. Petrifying Gaze only for a slow hit. Pace presses E one more time, needs to change, won't connect. Faker has a wall, now a stun in his face, a Crystallize there, another Glacial Storm, T1, a zone consistently as Pace is going to take that E, abscond of Duck, but it's dangerous. Luckily the stun doesn't connect as Canyon gets the ulti down, we look towards top, Owen's going to flash away, he gets the Herald, gets the kick and dies, but now the Herald's trying to be defended here by Gen.G as Keria pops the ulti into Key's face, he tumbles away, he stops Keria from getting a kill, all the eye. The steal will come through, but T1 will not claim their prize.
Oh, Doran's going.
He's going to try at the very least. He steals
Grab the Herald.
What the hell? Doran is going to spin a couple of times. He gets stunned up. He's alive, but now the damage on the Canyon is the Herald. He's going to look for the charge.
He's going
to look for the engage. I see it on the Canyon, the knockup, but now he needs to get on out. He does indeed. Canyon flashes away. The ulti, max range. Now on the turret. Pace coming to help out. This game has gone to the wind. This is just silly at this point. It's a follow-up from Keen, the Silver Bolts, and hot damn, a double after about a 2-minute play.
And honestly, if that play had worked for Doran, it would have been one of the most legendary of all time, but unfortunately it didn't, and he just got a double kill.
Yeah. It was good until it wasn't.
Exactly.
It looked cool.
Until the tower died. I mean, T1 are just playing so fast on the map. It started from a bot play where Doran was being chased, and then Doran TPing top, to then playing for the Herald, and now playing for the Dragon, as Gen.G have already started that one. Oner is around, but the rest of T1 are nowhere to be seen.
I think they're going to let this one go. I think the fighting was kind of an attempt to lead into that. But this is why we're not getting a replay, because it's going to go for about a minute 30, and we're going to look at 3 different lanes.
You know what? I feel like you guys
here we go.
you had to experience a bit of the T1 circus.
I do.
It's on full display there.
Yesterday.
Yeah, so focused on initially on Oner, but he still managed to get the Herald here. And then in this ensuing fight, Keria just runs out of damage on the Keen, who uses the stealth pretty effectively. But one of the things is when you're traveling through the Hex Gates, you can actually pick up the Herald's
How is that
eye.
legal?
So, we actually going back to live right now.
Yeah, Pace stolen the Glacial Storm, trying to defend himself under this tower, but 1 versus 3. Genji have his number up against the corner canyon, willing to tank it up. He's got enough health to do so. Chovy gets the last little prickle from his ice damage.
And what a T1 gain on the other side of the map for this death. It is going to be another tower, tier 2 right here, as Genji have left Chovy alone down bot lane to take and claim that first bot lane tier 1 for Genji.
Who's winning this game?
Us.
I think LCK.
Well said. LCK might be winning, Joe. Also well said. Right now, it is a barrel of laughs, but it is also entertaining as hell as T1. You're right. The Circus tries to set up there with an ulti from Doran, but they're not in town. Ruler's just going to walk it out as he's kind of been chilling. This guy's been farming all game and just surviving.
What a sick drawing as well on our screens.
The art in the fan, in the audience has been amazing. I don't know where people get the time. Must take that the night before.
There was a third place football match yesterday. I don't know if you caught it. It was all offense, no defense.
Oh, really?
6 goals to 4. This kind of feels
It's similar.
in a similar vein.
Yeah.
All offense, and these teams just throwing sluggers at each other. And the amount of times Doran is trying to throw an ult out to catch Ruler at this point, it's been pretty crazy. The mid tower pretty low on HP. Canyon trying to find an angle here to protect his top laner.
Yeah, I guess Keen is a prized asset at this point. 1.8k gold. They've got an Essence Reaver now as well. 35 seconds till the Baron. I mean, both these teams have measurable Barons, with Cassio with a Nivea Vayne. On the side, Keria with an angle because the turret's about to fall on down. There's Exec Ultimatum, kicked away already. Ruler, they found his target. He just has to guide it back. Petrify Engage doesn't connect though. T1 haven't found the kill pace. Has to go deeper. Ruler fights it away without getting the ulti down, without getting anything else. Pays is dead. Big commitment as Keen looks for the follow-up. It's the final hour, I think, as T1 went deep, and the punishment is ensuing. Sonic Wave flashed over by Chovy. Hot freaking damn. The Lee Sin is blind indeed, as Chovy abuses the fact the wall found for Keen to shove against, and breaking the ankles of T1. That bird can fly.
And here's where you see how hard T1's composition is to play versus this Gen G comp. They're too tanky, their items have started stacking HP and defenses have started coming through, and the kit of their champions just doesn't allow deep dives from T1.
Oner gonna look for the steal here, but Duro's playing bouncer, the wall's there as well, and he's on vision. This is not gonna be an easy task.
No way. Oner also finds Keen here. Final hour pops yet again. Pace is walking with him as well as Keria over the wall, trying. Oner getting tossed out. Baron almost going down, he's in! And then he's dead. Genji stalled Baron. And that was way too close to call.
400 HP?
A little bit tense, a little bit close, but they were patient on it. Oner does everything he can get into the pit, but a big lead now. And it's crazy that Ruler survived on this play, able to kite out, able to evade from Paze. And Keen is just free hitting at this point. They focused so many resources onto the Victor, they had nothing left in the tank for the Vayne.
And mind you, Chovy was not there this entire time to peel further from the Victor. Shen and Skarner were more than enough to keep their Victor alive. And here is the ginormous attempt from Oner whilst on vision to try and get into the pit. Let's watch this one more time. Keria is trying to dissuade Keen and Duro, and somehow Oner managed to blast into the pit.
But they stopped the damage, right?
Hitting it at about 2,000 HP. It got to about 1,800. Smite does 1,400. It looked close, but no one was there to help him with the damage. And I think we're starting to hit the point where T1's composition, 4 melees and a short-range mage into Anivia, into Vayne, into Skarner. There's a lot of things that can just control the pace of the fight. If they're not winning off that initial salvo, you're getting locked down, slowed, CC'd, controlled, and there's plenty of damage to cut through these bruisers, with Keen being so strong.
Yeah, Keen, 3,000 gold. Stormraze has just picked up. That's the third item. Vayne, the chase is going to be nasty. We talk about the recovery of Doran. I love that it's just bounced back, honestly. These fights have been so ambitious from T1. And Genji have been there to punish. A lot easier when you have Skarner, when you have a bunch of CC that lines up in a row. As Keria found out, Dragon spawns. The third one for T1, still looking with their soul point. Hextech Automatic going to start it off.
Oner?
The wall is poisonous. The Petrifying Gaze finds a mark. Already one for Gen G. It's Canyon in the thick of it, though. A three-man talk. A storm to end them all. It wasn't just a glacial storm. It was a blizzard.
And the AoE is massive. It decimates T1, and Oner went for the kick onto Keen, but the invisibility denied him. Beautiful play from Gen G there. Canyon ended up being the only target they could focus, and he's just way too tanky.
Chovy in the end also showing up. Everyone bundled up in the Tribus, just puts down the Anivia ult, burns them all down. And I feel like Gen G, with more than a firm gold lead, 8,000 right now, 3.6 of that sitting on Keen on that Vayne. I feel like T1's combo at this point in time is just way too hard to play. Let's watch this one more time. Oner is trying to find a flank right here. However, the wave that's going to push down that bot lane will momentarily reveal him, which will give the information to Keen to be ready for that kick. The second Oner jumps behind him, he flashes over the wall.
Yeah, the invisibility as well helping out there. And then this AoE combo, the double storms. And look how big the Victor Storm becomes. It's just crazy.
We had ice, we had lightning. And at end of T1. This game done. 8,000 gold. Comp's already been talked about, but the way every fight is now going is unreal. 28 kills, 23 minutes. Another maybe going down. Duro, though, is tanky enough at this point. Chovy looking to help out. Protobot going to get in the way. Pays exhausted. Has to flash because Noob's gone to duck. Canyon working on the bot lane turret with Ruler as well. And look, T1 are like, you know what? We're going to go take some jungle camps and we're going to push top.
But I feel like this is the only way that maybe they can upset the fight right here. Maybe force Gen G or some of their members to back off to defend the towers, to maybe cause a 2v3 or a 2v2 skirmish that they can still win.
Well, it's ambitious to say the least. Mid inhibitor going to go down, probably would go down regardless. Now bot is under threat. Doran going to look for top inhibitor turret. And he will do this reasonably quick here, looking for some resets, and it will be an objective bounty. But the biggest question is, will Gen G still find this bottom inhibitor turret anyway, or is that pressure going to be enough?
He's gained the tower, and only now Gen G are pinging it.
Yeah, objective bounty as well. All things considered, with the state of the game, T1 will absolutely take that. Able to get a good amount of gold in the pocket, and they only lost their mid inhibitor, which is the one you're kind of least concerned about. So good moves from T1 there to kind of negate the push from Gen G and Ants on the other side of the map.
I feel like Gen G are so firmly in the lead right now that if you think about the theme of the entire game and how T1 have been pulling him around the map with Pace taking the Shen ult and TPing over, and then random TPs around the map to play super quick T1 tempo on the map, I feel like this might be the only way where you can maybe pick some kills on side lanes to try to turn this into a numbers advantage in the next fights to come.
Down but not out. Minute 13, that's that Baron. And Dragon Soul is still not anywhere near. We've got 2 apiece for either team to pick up. Installed by Gen G. They hold themselves in high regard up around this top side of the map where Keria's trying to sneak in for some vision, but Gen G are going to do their due diligence, clear it out, while T1 over on this right, watching for that mid push to see if Gen G isolate and step up out of bounds.
Baron at 50 seconds. I feel like once you lose control of an area against the Gen G composition, it's so hard to reclaim it. It's so hard to face check into this. They do have that ward just next to the red buff. You can see in the bottom left of the screen. And there is some vision, some potential TP options to get behind Gen G. And I think that's what T1 needs to do. You need to find flank angles. If you approach from one direction, it's never going to work.
You do have triple TP, luckily for T1 if they want to pull the trigger. As you mentioned right here, Orcs.
Oh, POV, it's a contempt. Perfect timing. Thank you, observers, as the auto is going to come through with Chovy claiming the kill. In the end, the dive comes through from Keria, but he's squishy as anything. Keen is going to run the fight. It truly is the final hour of game number 1 as Faker left remaining his team in shutters. And the follow-up, the passive move speed from the Vayne with an exhaust as well is going to claim Faker, or just about. This one's done, and Gen G in under 28 minutes are going to see it through.
T1 maybe we're looking for a play. Baron Gen G does not even need that. They just brute force themselves in the base.
Faker tried to make the hero play with the Petrifying Gaze, but Gen G would not get caught out. 5 members strong. Keria's going to go in. I don't think he's going to last very long. He does get his counterpart Enduro.
But a wall again. Canyon's going to run Faker in. Keria's going to be down. The low health bars do not matter. Gen G have 4, and another wall will be given to the Vayne. Keen electrifies in our 3rd place match.